Alright, this is my famous apple pies that I got from my grandma and my aunt. First you want to start off, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. These are just dried apple pie rings. Get you maybe 3 cups of water. And just dump that whole thing in there. Let it simmer or boil it a little bit. Then you take about maybe a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I don't like to use a lot of cinnamon because it takes away from the apples. Alright, next you take you some vegetable oil. Just put it in a pan. And this is a big block of butter, which is butter's good for you. This is salted butter, which they make unsalted, but I don't know why. But I take and put, a block of that just ever so often in there. Kind of like that. One more won't hurt. Alright, that's got that. Alright, you put that in the oven to where your butter and your vegetable oil mix up together. Alright, I forgot one other thing. You take about a cup of sugar and put in your apples. Now, a lot of people like some real sweet, but if you do it real sweet, it kind of takes away from the apples. But then you get the these is butter tasting biscuits, which this is the 5. You can get they used to give you a 10 pack, now they've cut it down to 9. But it used to be called Butter Me Not, so I guess they offended the not, so they had to just go butter tasting. So you just take them out, get you some flour on some tin foil. Just pat your biscuit a little bit, put a little bit on your dough roller, and roll it out just as thin as you can. You gotta flip it back and forth. But it works better. It's a lot easier than making your own dough. And I usually just lay them in the plate until my apples gets done and my butter dish gets done. Look at that. Can't have it. Now see, that's pretty simple right there. Heather, you can do that. But that's, this is the hard part right here. But it's just according, you just need to flatten that biscuit out real good to where, now you can use the big biscuits, but it makes them really too big. And, Bubba eat 5 or 6 at a time, but that's the reason I have to take about 25 or 30 up there, because they don't last long. But when you get all of this done, and your apples gets done, which I'm a little bit ahead of myself, but I've already got some apples cooked. So what you do when your apples gets cooked, let me stir this right here just a minute. Just keep them stirred up, and you can take, I use this right here. I call it, it's a tater masher upper. So you can just go in there and just mash them apples up. Once you drain it, use a colander to pour your juice in, and then put your apples back. See your apples, how good and golden brown, golden they are. So you just put your, wait a minute, I gotta get the, you see how that vegetable oil and butter has incorporated itself together. So what you want to do is lay it down, take your tablespoon or whatever you want to use. Put your apple in there. And then you just fold it over. Kind of mash it down a little bit. And you put that over here in your grease. Put your oven on about, this is on about 365. Different ovens is different, but I got a gas oven at the river, so it's a little bit different, but that's what they're gonna look when you put them in the pan. Don't drop my phone in that bucket. Alright, here we go. That's 3. Now I usually make, you know, the big packs, which they come in 9, I think. But these right here, what's really good is get this thing heated up when they first come out and put you a little scoop of ice cream on it. And make it slap your grandma. Alright, got one more to go. Now I've already made one batch, so I'm gonna take them out. Now a lot of people use it like a fork to go around the edges, but I don't hold them long enough to do that. You know, usually they gone in a few minutes. Alright, let me set this over here. Just for instance, now this is not a cooking show, but this is what they'll look like when you take them out. Now, does that not look good? Look at here. How crispy. So you want one or two of them?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's about it. But, you know, I got so many emails. There's no way I could answer everybody because I'm not really that technical on all that computer stuff. So I'd have to do everybody, you know, each one of them, you know, different. So there's no way I could answer that many. So Rick is going to put this on his YouTube, so I'm going to send it to Hams in a little bit. But I hope y'all enjoy it, and y'all have a Merry Christmas.